good afternoon, everyone, or rather, good evening. My name is Subhash. I hope you're able to see me. Good. I head the sales and the marketing for our post. And as an organization, we are based out of Hyderabad here in India. But primarily, as an organization, our post has been in the business of cybersecurity solutions since 2000, and we are headquartered in California, and we kind of have our operations globally spread across Europe, Latin America. We have customers across the globe who kind of use all our cybersecurity products, right? How we have been, surviving or being leading in the marketplace. We have been leaders in innovation. We hold close to 70 plus patents on our name, our products, and we are locally available for any type of service which you might need, right? These are a set of few customers which we have, um, who are using multiple products for quite long. Um, so that you have a fair idea, it is across the different industries in the marketplace, how they are using it. Multiple products. We have three products, but today we are speaking primarily about eSignature platform, but I'll quickly brush through the other products as well, right? So as an organization, we provide three products. One is an eSignature, RSign, which we're going to speak about today. Um, RSign is being widely used by a lot of companies in various contract signings, recruitment. So multiple areas of expertise they are being used. You can see some of the examples like Coke, Young Handbrake, McKinsey in the pharma industry, they are using it. And we have other two products, which is known as an email security product, RMail, and there's a document security product, RDocs. If you are interested in knowing more about it, please reach out to ePACS and we'll be more than happy to kind of connect with you on a one-on-one basis. But today we'll focus more on the eSignature product, which is known as RSign, right? And why eSignature, right? eSignature is a pretty big thing available in the marketplace now, which is going to help a lot of companies automate your workflows, right? Um, we have been named as a leader in the marketplace by IDC in September 2023. I'm sure you all know about IDC. It's one of the top research analyst firms. And we have been also announced last month as the hot vendor of the year for digital transaction management by Aragon Research. So both these vendors have named us as a hot leader as well as a hot vendor, right? And these are some of the quick accolades which are being given by our customers. So it's there. It's pretty of them are available on our website as well. All right. So what we are going to speak about today is how e-signature as a solution will be helpful for you. And we'll go through a detailed demonstration. But before we go through a detailed demonstration, I would like to mention that how affordable this product is, apart from how easy it is to use for you and how easily you will be able to automate the solutions, right? So we have primarily five areas where we will be able to help you with. One is there is a wonderful guided e-sign experience which we provide in our solution. There are templates which will help you to automate things very fast. And there are digital forms and bulk e-signatures you might want to address. That's there. Your complete privacy, compliance, the legality part is taken care. And we have a host of dynamic API integration, which is available if you want to kind of take it through the products, right? So you want to integrate an e-signature flow into your current business application, it's possible. So we have the capability to kind of address those, right? I mean, it's very intuitive. The quick and intuitive part is the best part, right? You just have to drag and drop, put it into it, reuse a document which you want to make any signatures. There are content changes, but you can just send it for any signature with the fields which are remaining constant. So drag and drop, many sending options, can sign it from anywhere, and a quick turnaround time. So that's very easy for you to kind of handle it. It's nothing complicated, and I'd bring in my colleague Preeti, who would kind of give you a demonstration, and you will find it, how easy it is to kind of take the the product forward in terms of integrating into your application.
Okay, so I'm a part of the customer success team, and without wasting much time, let me just go ahead and share my screen. So I will be able to take you through the process of setting an e-signature. So RSign is a web-based application. We offer three ways of sign-in. One is the regular sign-in. So you can see we have the sign-in button where you add your credentials and you sign in. The second is the single sign-on. This allows the users to sign in to their corporate email address if their organization stores them in either Microsoft Azure or in Google. And the third is if you have RSign integrated into any of your document management systems or CRM, it will let you log in through that as well. So for now, we will just log in using the regular sign-in option. I have added my credentials. And once the authentication is complete, it brings you to the homepage. Now, the RSign homepage is a one-stop view for all your, it gives you a view into all the documents that are waiting for your signature, waiting for others, that is the signatures request you have sent, which the others yet have to complete. And it gives you how many documents are going to expire soon. Then you have the activity summary and a view for all your folders. Now let us go ahead and send e-sign off. Now to upload a document, you can simply drag and drop your document in the space provided here, or you can pull a pre-prepared template from here, or you can use the bulk send option, which will send multiple signature requests to multiple signers individually and very efficiently. For the moment, we will see how we can send an individual signature request. For that, I will just open my send and here we are on the first step, that is the envelope creation. Here you can see certain options available. These are the date format. You can select the date format. Then you have the document availability. By default, we give 30 days. You can go ahead and select anywhere between 1 to 90 days. Then you can also send reminders with RSign for your signers to complete the signature request. Now coming to access authentication, we offer three types of access authentication. So we have end-to-end encryption that will require a password at every step to open and sign, and also to view the final signed document. The second option available will not have a password to open and sign the document, but once the final signed document is ready, a password will be triggered and sent to both the signer and the sender. The third option is signer verification, wherein a 6-digit verification code will be sent across, and on applying the verification code, will they be able to access the document. Now you can either create your own access code, or you can let RSign create a random code that can be emailed. Soon we are coming up with the SMS alert wherein you can send this access code or the entire document through mobile phone. Now coming to the next option, that is re-verify each signer before the document is submitted. So in this, once the signer will click the submit button, an access code will get triggered to their email, and on entering that access code, they will be able to submit the document that has to be signed by them. So now let us go ahead and upload a document that you would be sending for your signature request. So you can, RSign allows you to attach and add files directly from your local machine or from your storage drives. Now, adding drives not only saves time, but it also reduces the compliance risk by removing the need to download data onto the local devices. So at the moment, I will just pick something from my local machine. So here I have an agreement file, which is a Word document. Then I will attach the application form. Now you can see I have attached two files here. I want to send this agreement not for a signature, but I just want my signer to review that. So I can change the option to review. Now we will move on to adding the recipients. Now you can see there are three types of recipients that you can add: signer, the person who is going to be signing it. Then you have the CC. CC is someone whom you want to keep in the loop, but is not the signer. So as a sender, you can decide the involvement of the CC to whether you would want them to be present at every step or you want them to receive notifications only. And the third is pre-fill, where the sender can fill out portions of the document before sending it. So the sender is the first signer, followed by the other signers. So at the moment, we will have a signer. Now you can see the sign-in sequence is when it is selected, you can define the order of signing. So unless the first signer has completed the signature request, the document will not move on to the next signer and so on. Now coming to adding your recipients, you can manually add the name and the email address of your recipient, or you can click on the Our Contacts button and pull the contact from the contacts that you have added into RSign. There we go. Now you go ahead and add the subject and the body of the email, or you can create a message template from which you can pull in your subject and the body of the email if you have created a message template already. You can also add your signature if you have configured it into RSign. This will help you add your company logo as well into your signature. Let me add my signature. And we go ahead and do the next step, that is preparing the documents. Now I'm at any point, if I would want to stop here and continue a little later, I can save this into drafts. It will go into my drafts folder from which I can pick it up later and go ahead and continue. Then I will click next. This takes me to step 2, that is preparation of the document. Now, to prepare the document is a simple drag and drop mechanism. Now you can see we had added two files, one for review and one for signature. So the one which is for review has been kept in here without adding any controls to it. But for the document which I require the signature, I will have to prepare that document. So here I have my controls at the bottom. So for the name, I pick the name field. Now, if I want to have it mandatory, I will keep it as yes. But if it's a non-mandatory field, I can click to a no. I will keep it as mandatory. Then coming to age, you can add the text field here and give the validation of numeric. You can always decide how big you want to keep your field by simply dragging the field. Now coming to date of birth, we can add the editable date field. I will keep that as not required. Then moving to marital status. Now I have two options here. So I give a radio button where they will be selecting one of the two. So I give this radio button 1. Similarly, I give radio button 2, giving the same group name. So they belong to the same group now. If you see, if I'm selecting married, I want to capture the spouse name as well. So here I give a text field where they can add the spouse name. Now, I want to have a dependency here, a conditional field, wherein only if the signer is going to click married, will they require to add the spouse's name. So I will add dependency. I will select the radio button 2. You see it gets highlighted. And I will add the spouse name as the dependent field. So only when they if they click married, will they be able to add the spouse's name. Save it and move ahead. Similarly, I can add the company name, add the title. Now for department, I would want them to check. So there can be multiple departments they can work in. So I will have this checkbox. You see my fields are not aligned. So I would simply select them and align it to center alignment. They are all aligned now. Then for country, I will add a drop down. So in the drop down, I will add options. I'll leave the first line blank. Let's say India, add it and apply. Then you have the PIN code. I will add again a text field with the numeric validation here. And the signature. And I will have the date and time stamp here because I don't want my signer to tamper. I want the date and time to be captured when the signer is signing the document. There we go. We have prepared this document. So let me go ahead and send it. Once I click on the send button, the document is on its way to its recipient. The document that we sent across just now has come into the envelope. So every document that you send across for a signature request will have a unique envelope ID. It'll have the subject and the current status, that is waiting for signature. If I click on here, I will know who is my signer in this. Then it gives me the time it was sent and when it is going to expire. Now, if I open this envelope, I have the complete envelope data here where it tells me whether I have selected sign-in sequence, whether I have selected access authentication, and what is the status of the document. So at every point, it is going to capture the IP address. Now, if I open this envelope, you can see certain options available. At any point before the signer has viewed the document, I can update the document and resend it. But once they have viewed it, this option will disappear. Then if I realize that I have made an error with sending the document to the sender, I can go ahead and edit the name and the email address and send it to the right recipient. At any point, I do not want this signature request anymore. As a sender, I can cancel this transaction as well. Now let us take a view at how is the recipient's view. Now, once the recipient has received the email and they click on view and sign documents, it opens in the browser where they can fill out the document and submit it. So there we go. You can see the file sent for review is here. I can click and download the file. And these are all the fields that I would need to fill out. So you can see the fields that are mandatory will come with a star mark and the ones that are not will be left blank. So my name got auto-populated because I entered the name while creating the envelope. Now I can edit this also if I would wish to. So let me add my age here. Date of birth, you can select your date of birth accordingly. Now coming to marital status. We had added the field of spouse name here. So it is not visible before they have clicked married. So now when the signer is going to click married, you're going to see the field for the spouse name. Now you can add your company name, your designation, and the department. So let's select. Then the country you can select from your drop down, PIN code, and the signature. Now to capture the signature, we offer three ways. You can either type your signature, hand draw your signature, or upload your signature. So I will go ahead and type my signature. Now I have enabled electronic signature seal. So you can see it is going to be coming with a stamp of the envelope ID and the date and time stamp. Let me go ahead and click. Now, if your recipient has to apply multiple signatures, the sender can enable the click to sign option, wherein it allows the signer to configure their signature once and then apply them by clicking on the controls on the signature control field. So in case there are probably 15, 20 places where they have to sign, you don't have to type your signature at every point. Then coming to the options available, if your sender wishes to, if the signer wishes to add any attachments or send it back to the sender, they can add their attachments from here. The document can be finished later. The signer can decline the document. Now, if they're declining, they would need to give a reason why they are declining. They can change signer as well. So now if I realize I'm not the right person to sign the document and it probably is Subhash, without informing the sender, I can forward it and it will go as a notification to the sender that the signer has changed. So now you can see we had sent a file for review. Now reviewing this document will not get submitted till the sender is going to download and view the agreement and then confirm it will be sent across. Now you can see it has triggered the verification code. Let me go back to my inbox. There I have a verification code. Go ahead and add it. Now the document is submitted and the signer has the option of downloading the document. As a sender, you can disable this as well. If you don't want your signer to be able to download the final signed document, you can disable this from your settings. Now going back to the inbox, you will see the final signed document has come in this format where you can view the final signed document. You can view the files that have been sent for review. So this email goes to the sender and the recipient both. Okay, now speaking about templates. Now, as a part of any workflow, you may need to send the same document over and over again. So instead of going ahead and preparing this document every time, you can prepare it once through create template, the similar way in which we send the document across and store it in your templates here. So when you're sending it next time, all you have to do is from the send, pick the template and send it across. Now, these templates, if there are a set of templates that you are repeatedly sending, they can be grouped together in a templates group. So you have to simply select the templates that you would want to group them and add it to the template group. So then in this case, you can send multiple templates at one time. Now coming to rule. Now you can see create template and create a rule. Now, a rule is a set of fillable control fields that are not associated with the specific documents. Now, when we created a template, you see those fillable fields were bound to that particular document. But in case of a rule, this allows you to prepare the document or form as a reusable rule where the fillable controls are static, but the underlying document is dynamic. So once created, these fillable fields can be applied to the document that you would need to send. Now, these are helpful in sending out documents that have a similar layout, like your forms or your translations. So instead of having numerous templates, you can create one rule and apply it to the template that has to be sent across. Now that covers the templates and rules. Now we have another interesting feature here, which is our forms. So you can see our forms are nothing but they are templates with a static link. Now, why was our forms created? Now, this static link can be embedded into the application. So in case you would want to send across documents wherein you are not sure of who your signers would be. So if in case it's a job opening that needs to be posted on a website or LinkedIn or for social media, where you don't know who would be filling out that form, you can create a template with a static link, and that link can be embedded into the web application. And when the applicant or when the signer clicks on that link, they can go ahead, open the form as how we did for the recipient's view, fill in, and it comes back to you as a complete envelope. Now that is with one signer. Now, if there are multiple signers on that static link, it allows these signers to sign in the same browser session. So it is not necessary to send individual emails. If all of them are there together, it can be signed in the same browser session. Now that would be the R forms feature of RSign. Okay, now coming to the final sign document. So let me open the final sign document to show you how a final sign document would look like. So this is how a final sign document would look. These are all the fields that I have filled in. Here I have the electronically signed electronic signature stamp. I have the envelope ID and the date and time stamp at the bottom. And this is your signature certificate. Now, RSign eSignature certificate is the global standard and local standard for legal binding, compliant e-signature with the content and metadata authentication. It has the details of all the signers and the senders' information and the audit trail. You can see here at the bottom. Now, let us break this signature certificate. So you have the envelope data here. This envelope data contains the detailed transaction information and the settings used. Then you have the recipient roles. These recipient roles displays the names of the recipients and in the signing request, as well as the role in in the transaction. Then you have the document event. Now this displays the audit trail and the event from when the document was created to it was signed. And here you have the signer signature section, which displays the name and the signature and initials of each of the signer. Okay, now coming to certain advanced level settings, we have the privacy mode. Now, the reason we have given the privacy mode setting is as an admin of a large organization, the admin has the entire view of all the envelopes that the users from that organization have sent. Now, if the user would want to mask that particular transaction which they are sending across and not give the view to the admin, they can activate this private mode. Now, in that private mode, it enables it when this private mode gets enabled, it restricts the transaction data access only to the sender. It prevents the non-senders from accessing the document. So here in this case, the admin will not have access to the documents that the user has sent when the private mode has been enabled. Then you have the e-disclosures option. So e-disclosures is if you want all your signers to agree to certain terms before signing, please enter it in this space given here, and this will be displayed as a pop-up before the signer can sign the document. And we have the out of office setting in which you can delegate any signature requests that are coming to you either as a copy or either as a complete delegation. So with this, I have covered the entire RSign workflow.
Thank you all participants for being around for this whole event. Thank you all so much for your efforts, everybody, and thank you for participating. If there are any more questions you'd like to have, you can reach out to us directly. We'd be more than happy to get in touch with you. Thank you so much, and have a great day.